Welcome back to the Car Thoughts. I am, of course, Randy Rob. I think you figured that out by now. I know it wasn't a week. Alright, stop your whining. So, the title of this episode is called Movies for the Blind. And there's a reason I picked that. You'll see why in just a minute. And I'm sitting in the car last night listening to that particular album. The title comes from a Cage album, very good independent rapper. I'll throw some links in there. But I'm listening to the album, Movies to the Blind, and the question that pops in my head, why does a blind person watch a movie? What sort of enjoyment do they get out of that? I don't know, it seems weird, but maybe it isn't weird. But we're going to talk about that in just a minute. We'll try to answer the question, why would a blind person watch a movie? And I hope you'll excuse the occasional pops here. I'm playing with the mic a little bit. I'm just gonna mess it with like height, variation, everything. So first reason I should say I thought of why would a blind person watch a movie? Nostalgia. That's it. I mean, maybe before he went blind, assuming he became blind later in life and he wasn't born blind. He wasn't Matt Murdock, or he was Matt Murdock in this case. I've got to read Daredevil again. Anyway. Maybe it's nostalgia, he enjoyed movies so much that he just decided, I was like, I'm gonna watch this movie, I remember it, and I can just fill the parts of it in my mind that it looks like I'm watching the movie, in his own mind, right, because apparently, from what I understand, it's really rare to be, like, blind, as in complete blackness. Apparently you can still see at places shapes, colors, flashes of light. So maybe if it's like one of your favorite movies and you've seen it like 100 million times, you just remember it and remember it. You put the pieces together in your mind, and brain is really powerful about that. It can remember so much information that if you forget a movie, you just remember it. You put the seeds in. It's just like yesterday. Boom, you suddenly remember again. I think that'd be one reason. And we'll call that nostalgia. Second reason I thought, why would a blind person watch a movie? It's like they're trying to gain back something they've lost, I've lost my sight, now I can't do one of my favorite things. I want to watch a movie. And he's going to put it on, and maybe in some weird, twisted way, watching that movie, it makes him remember again. It makes him think, maybe this isn't so bad. Maybe I don't have to worry about being blind. I can just enjoy simple things like a movie, I guess that'd be the first reason. Second reason, or third reason, I should say, the final reason I came up with, why would a blind person watch a movie? Out of sadness, out of self-punishment. They might call it sadomasochism, I guess sadism is the enjoyment of inflicting pain. Masochism is, of course, the enjoyment of receiving pain. Maybe, I don't know, you feel guilty and you're punished and you're just like, you know what? I'm gonna watch this movie because I hate myself and I'm gonna record it. I really don't think you hate yourself, but you never know, right? People make up their own minds and they just decide, I can't watch a movie anymore, so I'm gonna punish myself doing it. It's a sad thought if you think about it, but I mean, people do weird stuff, right? So a happier thought, though, that I was having, it's Haichu. Let's talk about Haichu for a moment. If you don't know what Haichu is, Haichu are these little candies that you can buy for 7-Eleven. Most gas stations will have them now. They're made in Japan, and I think there's something like probably the third most successful Japanese export besides like anime. The ones I really love are the strawberry kind. It's really awesome. So you got this white kind of, I don't even know what to describe it as, gum candy shell. And inside you got the little strawberry flavor, and it's like just that perfect chew. Not too hard, not too soft, but it's just perfect. You chew it and it's really good. So I'm sitting there listening to movies for the blind, and I'm eating high chew, and I'm like, do blind people chew? Of course they do. I mean, everybody's got to eat, right? You know, if you chew, you don't have to see the food, and you kind of feel it out, right? Feel it out by muscle memory. You cut your piece of steak or whatever, you know it's gonna be the perfect size, you know, either by smell, by texture, by the weight of the food on your fork, and you eat it, and then you remember stuff like that. And I think that's one cool thing. Again, going back to the Daredevil movie there, the original one, Ben Affleck's Matt Murdock, he wakes up and he goes to get his cash for the day. He's got everything laid out in little envelopes. He fills it with the braille, and he knows exactly which bill is going to be which bill. He folds it, and then he holds it, and he folds the quarters each in a different way, so that you know which bill is going to be which from out. And I thought, you know what, that's a perfect way to do it. Because no matter where you go, you got to figure out how much something costs. You feel the tips of the bills, hand the cash over to the register, boom, there you go. You bought your stuff. I think even if you're not blind, that way probably still works. You go to a store, you reach in your wallet, you feel for your bill, and you hand it over. I think that'd be a great way to organize your life. Now, that's one thing I sometimes have troubles with, is organization. Organization can be pretty hard sometimes. I know I'm sitting around my desk here. It's a little organized chaos, but when I say organized chaos, everything has its place. I know where it is. That's the most important thing. I think sometimes that's what we need in life, a little organized chaos. So yesterday it was kind of one of those days where you start off good, and then you kind of yo-yo through the day, and I was starting to get real frustrated yesterday. Internet service in our office was kind of spotty, and it was stopping me from doing my job, and it was starting to get to me, because I'm just like, why can't they fix this? Why are we having this problem? And I was getting really frustrated, so eventually I decided to go home, finish off the day. And when I got home, it was much calmer. You know, at least I know the home internet works, and I was happy. But while I was at the office, I got some news. A bunch of us were from the team were interviewing for a new position there, and I found out I was on the short list for the position. I didn't get it. Basically, what it was they thought my technical skills were good enough, but didn't quite have the whole people skills they were looking for. For me, people skills, I have a hard time keeping eye contact with people. It's always something I struggle with in my life. I have a hard time looking people in the face. I don't know, it's the weirdest thing. I can't hold eye contact with people. I don't know if anybody else out there is like that for me, but I guess what they were saying was, the end of the day, they were worried that, you know, putting me in front of a client, multi-million-dollar contract on the line, and I didn't quite have the personal touch they were looking for, which I felt disappointed. You know, last few years I've been working on feeling more confident, speaking to people, everything. I mean, for God's sakes, I'm doing a radio show. I know like all 6 people listen to this, but come on. So I'm not gonna lie, it knocked a little bit of the confidence down a little bit. Almost missed an opportunity to go see Dread Girl again. Fortunately, that got worked out. It was just a weird timing schedule snafu, but luckily Dread Girl comes through. Everything worked out. I get to go see her. I felt good again after seeing her. Oh God, she's so cool. She does art and everything, and some of the stuff she talks, most enthralling personal conversations you can ever have. Like, she's such an artistically touched person. Like, her whole house, it's just, you ever go on TV and you see one of those hippie kind of houses? It's like that. She's got artwork everywhere. I loved it. So yeah, yo-yo days. And I thought to myself, watching a movie for a blind person, they probably feel yo-yo days too. You know, there's probably some days that they think everything's going good, and then other days it's not so good. But did find out today, though, the person who did get the job, I was actually surprised who they ended up picking. The guy hasn't been at the company much longer than I have, but very, very good, very technical knowledge. Soft-spoken guy, but very smart. I was really happy when I found out who it was, though. Very proud of him. Great job. You know who you are, Kenny. Wicked. I think you're going to do amazing, and I'll look forward to looking for you. So, congratulations, Kenny. But damn, did I ever have that yo-yo day. That wasn't too much fun. And one last thing I wanted to say about this before I go. I want to end these, with a song, because I always think it's good to have a good song here. So this track of the week that's been on repeat for me, it's called Trauma by Null Positive, Nullpositiv. Excuse me. Very good German metal band. Their lead singer, I believe her name is Ellie. I want to say Ellie Berlin. They sing in German, but she's got this great voice that's just, it's an equal rasp to an equal growl, but I can barely describe it. So, you know what? Just go listen to the song. Trauma by Null Positive. And that's all I got to say this time. The gaps are closing. Pretty soon I'm going to hit that once a week gap there. We're going to get there. Thanks for, taking some time out of your day to enjoy rambling thoughts of some dude in his car. Big shout out. Holy God. Big shout out to, I know I got a couple new listeners here from last time. Sean, you know who you are, out in Ireland. Thanks for coming along. Same with you, Mr. Harper. Hope you're doing well wherever you're at today. Thanks again for listening to the Car Thoughts. We'll see you next time.